Well, it may just look as though we're in a basement, but this is no ordinary basement. These are the bowels of the broadcast centre. And when it comes to statistics, it's in this office that they've already won the championship, because they have invented a thing called Slamtracker, which is Stato's heaven. Kenneth Jensen is the man responsible. Kenneth, just in a nutshell, what is Slamtracker?
Slamtracker and the keys to the match is a statistical concept that picks out the statistics that will most increase a player's chances of winning a set in a match against a specific opponent.
Okay, and I understand you go to unbelievable lengths to ensure this data is as accurate as possible. You've cross-referenced every match they've played against each other across 7 slams.
Actually, it's across 7 years of slams, including all 4 different tournaments: the Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. And so altogether, this is something like 39 million data points collected over 7 years. And that all goes into the algorithms and the statistics.
And how many people, and we've got a room full here, how many people are helping to make Slamtracker work in terms of statisticians, the whole package?
I don't know.
A lot then.
A lot, yeah.
And you've got information coming in here from every single match on every court. There is a statistician there making all the relevant notes to keep your information up to date.
Yes, we have 40-odd statisticians and people posted around the courts entering information about every point played.
So are we getting to a stage where, apart from nerves and player fatigue, are we getting close to a point at which we can predict who's going to win by looking at statistics?
To some extent, yeah, we are. But there's still a lot of different information going into the results that we don't know and we can't predict. And players are unpredictable every now and then.
Okay, before we have a look at an example, just give us an indication as to how long it's taken you to come up with this program, because I mean, it is your brainchild.
It is. It's a project we started about 1.5 years ago, and we launched it at Wimbledon last year, and it's been continuously refined for each Grand Slam tournament since then.
Okay, now we're going to have a little look at the analysis of David Ferrer against Andy Murray. We'd love to do the Andy Murray-Tsonga graphics, but we actually can't, because this information, believe it or not, this information is so accurate we are not allowed to give it out. So we will have a look at what they came up with for David Ferrer and Andy Murray. So Kenneth, just talk us through this. Jeff, I'm not sure if you can get in here on the keys to the match. So in a nutshell, you can correct me if I'm wrong, these are the things that David Ferrer and Andy Murray needed to get correct in order to give themselves the best possible chance of winning. So Kenneth, just talk us through that.
Well, you're absolutely right. So these are the statistics that the 2 players needed to reach in order to increase their chances of winning a set. These are the numbers from the 3rd set of that match. And as you can see, Andy Murray, who won the set, was able to reach the target value for 2 of his keys, whereas David Ferrer was unable to reach the target value for any of his keys, even though he came fairly close on a couple of them.
Okay, just give us the odds then. If a player gets the green tick on all 3 of their keys, how likely are they to win the match?
It'll depend on how the opposition does as well. So it's hard to say. Sometimes it's a very great chance, sometimes it's closer to 50-50 if they both reach their marks.
So when the match starts, when the big semi gets underway, if you want to know the in-depth statistics and the analysis, get onto Slamtracker, keep your fingers crossed and settle back with a pint of something very cold, because whatever the stats tell you, it's going to be nail-biting and it'll probably go all the way to a 5th set maybe. Kenneth, thank you very much indeed. We look forward to seeing how close the analysis was to the big one at the end of the match.